All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shemal Shabbat, Shem Kakodash, double honors to the apostle, elders, a great millstone. Shalom to all that I came out to preach the word of sincerity and in truth. Yeah, I just want to do this lesson on, the 1/3 of the United States have now joined Texas SCOTUS bid to overturn the election. I'm gonna jump straight into it. So it says a total of 17 United States filed a brief at the U.S. Supreme Court on elections in support of Texas' bid to overturn the election results. And, you see the states, the state of Nebraska, Alabama, Arkansas, North Dakota, Florida, Oklahoma, the list goes on and on. So, you have division in America. All right, you have Trump and his staff, as well as certain states that's, basically looking to overturn this election. All right. Now we know the whole thing with the election fraud, voter fraud, and all that took place. And we've seen all kind of situations take place with even the state of Georgia. They said they basically was told people to go home, and then they was still counting. But I really want to just highlight the point of this division in America. The Lord said in the prophecies that in the latter times he would set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, we know in part, prophesy in part, and we don't know how certain things are going to play out. But this is a prime example of the Lord setting parts of the United States against the United States. All right, states against states, cities against cities. All right, and you have even certain states suing other states right now. All right. So it says first it was Louisiana, then late on Tuesday, Eric Schmidt, the Attorney General from Missouri, announced he would join Texas in the battle of the Supreme Court. I'm going to jump straight to it. I'm going to jump down. It says, in other states don't follow the Constitution, and if their state's legislation isn't responsible for overseeing their elections, it affects my state, said Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, in an interview with Sean Hannity on Tuesday. Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit last Monday with the United States Supreme Court challenging the election procedures conducted in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Our job is to make sure the Constitution is followed and that every count votes. And in this case, I'm not sure every vote was counted, not in the right way, continue Paxton. All right. And I don't see, look, it says AG Paxton sues battleground states for unconstitutional changes to 2020 election. That's what I was speaking on. These different states starting to actually sue each other. All right. Over the election laws and things of that nature, which brothers can actually look into, so it's definitely a major division that's going on within these, and it's, this is the actual Texas Attorney General.gov, but it's major division going on between these, so-called Edomite rulers. These mayors are not getting along with other mayors, governors, and people in the Senate. They're not in accordance as people, think they are. It's like broken glass. All right. And that dividing line in America is like if you got a tear in the clothes, man, in the cloth, it's going to do nothing but open up more and more and more. The scriptures speak about that canker sore, man. You can't just sew it back together. All right. When a canker sore or, something, such as that starts to erode, the erosion starts to open up more and more, and it becomes more evident. It might be a little tear and you might not notice, or you could, still pull off the cloth. But then after a while, you see the tear gets more and more. You be like, man, you know what? I can't wear this shit, man. It's too obvious, man. And it's the same thing. That's why the division is so great in America, that certain people are starting to hate certain states, all right? They starting to hate their governors. The governor of California is becoming heavily hated. The governor of New York, so on and so forth, all right? So this is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. All right, so the Lord is going to come into this new Egypt. All right, when he came to old Egypt, he came and delivered the 12 tribes of Israel, as well as sending a slew of plagues that destroyed the Egyptian economy. All right, it made it where you know, they wasn't able to sustain and actually take care of themselves, and we witnessed the fall of Egypt over 2,000, basically like 3,000 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, the exact date, and the Egyptian rulership. All right, it says verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, you know, which is the people, like you had even in Egypt, you had wars in Egypt. You had Upper Egypt versus Lower Egypt. You had the division amongst the Egyptians, and they had different ways that they wanted to actually go about that. Some people didn't want certain pharaohs in power, and like I said, they actually went to war with each other until eventually Egypt fell, and it never came up as a kingdom. And we're starting to witness the same thing occur in this modern day Egypt. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdoms. Right. And that's heavy, man. We seeing these different nations, because what do they call, like we said, with the presidential election, it's a battle. You have battleground states, which it's an actual form of a war, to actually get certain people in power. All right. And, you see Trump actually lose this war. And you see a lot of individuals pissed off. And, I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast, and he was basically speaking about, it's always been election fraud, which I agree. It's always a level of election fraud, and, but they saying not to this extent. This was, something crazy, the amount of wickedness that took place, which at the end of the day, this is Esau's kingdom. We're not looking for Trump to be the president, or Biden the president. We looking to get delivered out of his captivity anyways, but this just shows the corruption and the witchcraft this place is fully involved in. All right. I want to get that Satan. Salakia. Definitely wanted to get that scripture real fast to close it up. Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Right. And we're seeing the division of America, and we're seeing it with other states and countries too. That's why these countries and states are falling, and all these kingdoms are struggling to sustain and remain, man. And there's going to be more divisions. There's going to be more things that's going to actually make it where, all right, some people on this side, some people on that side. These people on that side starting to hate the other side. All right, and it's war on the left and it's war on the right. All right, so I want anybody giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shema Shah, by Shema Kakodash, the bonus of the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom Akim.